Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Central Oregon Shenanigans. Today's just a mixed video of Sunday stuff that we got to get done. We'll probably be working a lot on the Bronco today. I jinxed myself. I swear, every time somebody asks me or I say, oh, the expedition's running great, something else fails. And I'm just not happy about it. I think it has a lot to do with the one thing that I skimped on, and that was when I had the engine out, I was looking at that lift pump going, God, that looks like an old lift pump. The weather changed, it got cold, and sometimes that makes parts do funny things. It seems like when the weather changes, something always gives, the weakest link, and I don't know. I didn't investigate too much yesterday, but I do believe that the lift pump took a crap in the expedition. I was starting to get some weak. It was running good, but like I'd mash it, and normally I get a big old puff of black smoke out the exhaust, and it was running cleaner, less fuel. So we're gonna go ahead and plug the block heater in. We'll let that cook for about an hour with the block heater plugged in, get the engine nice and warm so it cranks over easier, and then we'll go do some investigation. In the meanwhile, while it's warming up, we'll get back to work on the 351 modified. We're gonna get get all the valves, the rest of rocker arms put in today, valve covers, intake manifold, and then we're gonna go ahead and build the front, get the radiator mounted up, and then go to the store and get some studs, go out to the property and get a carburetor, stick the carburetor on there. I also go to when we're at the store, get some oil. I'm hoping to get this far. We'll see, but let's try to get as far as we can today on the old Bronco. Kyle might be stopping by this afternoon. I doubt it, but if not, you'll see him in the next episode. We'll get started. All the rockers are in and torqued down to specs. I'm guessing that's okay. These don't have an adjustment. It's just screwing. It's basically a blow and go. I mean, there's no adjustments you can make on these rocker arms on the 351M. That's what the book says. You just torque them down to the specs. Next, what I'm gonna work on, I just started to scrape the timing chain cover over here, but it's cold still this morning. I don't think it's gonna get much warmer, but I'm gonna leave that to the end of the day. But let's put the intake manifold gasket in next with the intake. Alrighty, guys, so I've got one intake plunge aluminum gasket with 2 seals, and it came with silicone for like 25 bucks, I do believe. We're gonna use Gorilla Glue snot for, I'm just kidding, that was ridiculous. That comment had me laughing the other night. Somebody commented, well, it looks like somebody found another use for Gorilla snot. Yeah, no kidding. So there's a notch here, and there's a notch here. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this down in there and check all the ports and make sure it all fits in there properly. Those just fit nice, and just see the holes right there. Yeah, so it just clips down in those holes like so. We've cleaned it up really nice. I'm not putting silicone down except for in the corners. I only put silicone in that corner, that corner, that corner, and that. Just gonna check it real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and silicone the corners like we talked about. We're gonna grab the intake manifold and slap her on here. All right, guys, well, it looks like we're putting silicone around the ports. I've never done it this way on the underside, so here we go. Plop it in there, nice and easy. It does not fit very good. She'll squeeze. We'll shrink it. All right, now let's grab the intake manifold. All right. Boom. 25 foot-pounds. Alright, everything looks good. I like it. Before we lose dirt down in the distributor hole, I'm going to go ahead and set the timing next. Alrighty guys, so took me about 10 minutes. I set top dead center. I even stuck in a tool that I have and watched the cylinder come to top dead center to check my timing, to double check everything. Dropped in the distributor. That's about where I had it. I went back on a picture I took and I even made a mark to, so I think it'll just go boom and fire. We'll see though. We're gonna do the exhaust manifolds next. I'm not gonna film the whole thing. I'm just gonna explain what I'm gonna do. I put this, so what it's designed, you got these hooks here. You see that hook there? You can see the hook over here. So you put this bolt in on the front and on the top and on the very back on the top, and then you take the gasket, you read it, see which one. I think it goes this way. Manifold side, block side. You can actually see right there. It says manifold side. That's what I thought too. The squishy side goes to the manifold side, the black backing on the block. I'm gonna put these in. Maybe I can drop it in on camera for you to show how easy this installation's gonna go. Just go home. There it goes. And then probably rock the bottom up a little bit. I can't do it holding the camera. Wiggle it. Coax it in there a little bit. Drop down on that bolt. Boom. There we are. We're in. Let me get this side done, the other side done, and I'll catch you here in a minute. Bought a new propane heater for the garage this year. Just got it home unboxed, and then I got an air cleaner, an oil filter, oil, a carburetor, another carburetor, and a tune-up kit, which consists of spark plugs, cap, rotor, etc. So I'm gonna get that other intake manifold in here, get it set up on the workbench. Just want to fucking shove all this shit off. And getting that carb off that other intake and get it put onto this intake. Got the new shop heater going. You could roast some marshmallows off of this sucker. She's hot. Nice and toasty warm. Still have not touched the Expedition today. I think it's gonna happen tomorrow. I think the lift pump's out anyway. I'm mad at it. I'm really going to town because look how far we got, guys. Look at this. Yep. Just kind of put the camera down and we're just going for it there for a little bit. Right now we're working on cleaning this carb spacer up. I've got, where did I put the Holly? There's a Holly floating around here. Oh, there, right there, that guy. I gotta go get the spare Holly outside, swap the choke, electric choke over, and we'll start going back together with this real soon. Alright guys, new stud kit's going on. New stud kit's on. Gasket. New gasket. Going on. And we're gonna go put a spacer on. And then we're gonna put another gasket on. Alright, that's all set up. Mystery carb. Probably just put a manual choke on this Holly. Washer, 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 washer. Oh, come on. There, that shouldn't go anywhere. Good morning, everybody. It is the next day. I had a really bad night last night. 2 hours trying to struggle getting the timing chain cover on. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was like, you know what? I remembered you can't put it back on without dropping the oil pan. I tried. I spent 2 hours, and I'm gonna drop the oil pan. I got a gasket on the way. It's gonna delay getting the Bronco running, but we can finish up on the top side here. I got plugs, wires, cap, rotor. I need to go pick up a stud for the air filter, and get some fuel line. Or maybe I've got fuel line. Yeah, I can bend that and make that work. Hooked up the throttle and the downshift linkage. So I've got things to do. And then drain the oil. We can pull the pan, get it cleaned up and ready to go. Once we pull the pan, we can actually get the timing chain cover on, build the front of the engine up, and then we just have the oil pan to finish off with. But this morning, what I'm doing is, yesterday I didn't get any chance to work on this. It won't start. It absolutely will not start at all. And I am thinking that I lost my lift pump. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the charger since it stayed out in the garage all night and it's got a bit cold. She's a bit nippy out this morning, but this heater's warming things up nicely. I like this. I got this for $100 at the Home Depot. And it's 80,000 BTUs, and last night it was with the garage door open, it was keeping it 70, 75 degrees. So I'm pretty happy about it. Yeah, that's the injection line right there. You can see it in the sunlight. Let's go ahead and crank it over and see if we get any fuel. Well, she's pissing out the injectors. That's a good sign. I got the camera doused in diesel. Got air in the system somehow. Not good at all. It hasn't been acting funny. It's been running pretty strong. We'll see. Well, guys, that concludes today's episode of Central Oregon Shenanigans. I'm pretty much gonna start another video, and this I just got back from the auto parts store with that, and it seems to be running just fine. So yeah, I'm waiting on parts. I might have enough time today to drop the pan on this and get it cleaned up and ready to go. But it's not too far from being mobile. I'm gonna pick up this mess and clean before I even attempt to do the oil pan. I've got to get underneath the Bronco and clean up all that mess. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and we will catch you this week for sure with some videos. Stay tuned for Saturday night update, or Saturday night rides. Your guys' rides will be featured. If you're not featured on that one, don't panic. There's going to be more to come. Also, tune into that episode. There's a big surprise. There's a huge surprise. So just stay tuned and tune in to Saturday night rides. Not sure if it's going to be called Saturday night rides or Saturday night update, but stay tuned. Tune into that, and we'll catch you next time on Central Oregon Shenanigans. Bye-bye.